guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm, and today we're going to be carrying on our series. And if you guys remember what we did here in the last episodes, that we created this saving thing here, which is quite cool. So in this series, in this episode of today, we're going to be actually pressing the play button and trying to play with the character. So I just want to double check here. What happened is that if you go back to the third person, if you go back to that level, I'm just going to move this level back to levels in here. Just so they, oh, okay. I'm just going to leave it in there for now. So I'm just going to press play here for now. What I want to do here, I'm just going to try to create another character in here. I'm just going to put my name in that. Press save. Now, if I go back in here to our main level, here, press play. So we have our character there. It has my name. We can test it if he's saving where, I think that's fine, yeah, he's already loading multiples there. So to load that data, what we are going to do here is something very simple, very simple. I'm going to go back to my third person here. I'm just going to duplicate the map and I'm going to call the play level or something. It's going to drag and drop these back to my levels in there. I'm going to also, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna back to levels. I'm gonna open up the play level. So in here, as you guys remember, we have like the character creation scene here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and change so I can make it so it's a playable thing. So I'm gonna create another folder. I don't know why this folder. Yeah, we can use the folder player. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna create another folder here, and I am going to call this GM play game or something. Play game, right? I'm gonna drag and drop this folder right in here in the word settings. Now, what I'm gonna do here is on the creation mode, right? I am gonna duplicate this and I am gonna drag and drop to my player, right? And here is gonna be called BP player, right? And I'm gonna open up the player game here. This is oh, that's a blueprint class. Yeah, that's the wrong one. I put the wrong name on this. Now, what I want to create here is game mode, GM player game or something. That's it. That's the right one. I'm just gonna put the one right here. I'm gonna change this character to be the palm here to be our default palm class, right? Compile and save. Now I'm gonna open up this and I'm just gonna disable this thing here. What is it? All those two here, right? Cool. Now if I press play, my character is moving around as it should, but it doesn't have the things that we're trying to load, right? So to load is a little bit of a not complicated process, but it has some moving parts to this. So let's do it together. So the first thing that we're gonna do here is that we're gonna because we're moving from scenes, we're moving from the main level to the player level. So we need to use something called instance, right? So we're gonna go to what is it? Save game here. We're gonna right click. We're gonna go to our blueprints. And we're gonna search for, I think it's game instance. We're gonna right click on this, create, and we're gonna call this, you know, game instance, so GI customization or something. Customization, right. And then what we're gonna be doing here is that we're gonna open up this and we're gonna create a new variable, a variable. Called the save game or something. This is going to be a string, and this is basically going to be the variable we're going to be using to load our save game between scenes, because we're getting the save game from scene A and reloading that data to the scene B, so we need to move those between windows and stuff. There's one more thing you have to do here, which is that you get your customization. You're gonna go to project settings, search for game instance, and in here we're gonna search for this GI customization. Just leave this one here for now. Let's head back to our main level where we load the player data, and then after we can do that. So in here, if you guys remember, we have the widget stuff, right? So what we're gonna be doing here is on the when we create our widget in the for each loop logic, we're gonna call a bind event to play save game. If you guys remember, we have created this event. You're gonna do now, create a custom event called load game or something. And now what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna get the game instance. We are gonna cast to GI customization. You can also do this using interfaces if you want, and then we're gonna set the name for save game. Right, plug this one there, and now we're gonna call a node called open level by object reference. I prefer the object reference one, so we're gonna be open up our where is it, levels, play level, what is it, yes, play level, put it in there, and that's it. Now what happened is that if I press play, you should play the game. Now it's not loading in the character up yet, so let's do the next part, which is the easiest thing here now. Very easy after we have all this stuff done. Let's open up our player, and what we're gonna do here on the begin play, you're gonna get the instance, no, get game instance. We are gonna cast to GI customization, whatever, right? And the reason why we casting is because we need to get the save name game. Make sure that is empty. Make sure it's not empty. You only want to proceed if this thing is not empty, because you can be pressing play and not having necessary data. Let's create a branch, and now we're gonna load save game from slot. You're gonna put this one here. I'm just gonna use the load game. I'm gonna use the async one. Yeah, nice. So we are gonna call something saying like loading, right? Loading. Press play. Now press play. It should. Let me double check if it's gonna be saying is empty or not. Yeah, so it is getting as empty. Let me just double check if the casting here is working properly. Print. Press play. Customization CGI 3, which is good. And let's just press print and see what this is saying. Yeah, it is there. Okay. So let me just ignore this. Let's just make sure this is working fine first. So it's going to be saying loading. Loading that. So the data should be loaded. So what we're going to do here is when the data is loaded, we're going to cast to SV modular character, because it's the save game that we have. And then we're gonna API load, or just call load. So we're loading the data. And what we can do here is that we can call API change torso, API change legs, and then API change hair. Compile and save. And let's check if that's gonna work. Nice. And I think that's pretty much everything that we need for this tutorial, guys. I think, like right now, I know it's a little bit messy because you divide into windows, but for example, if you press play on this map, you know what, let's make it this a little bit better. Let's move this to the, let's ignore whatever is the warning. Let's go back to our engine here, to project settings. Let's search for level. So here's gonna ask for startup level. Let's put the main menu. The main menu there. Cool. Now, what we're gonna do here on the main menu, really simple. We are gonna open up here the widget. Let's add a button here. This button, we're gonna add the text. You know, let's move this button to the right, left here. So what you can do is that we can put 0.5, actually 1, and then 1 here. And let's call this button something, you know, like create character or something, right? And let's just put it in that. And then when you click on the button, we are just gonna call that node to open the level, like you know, open level. We want to open by object, so open level by object reference, which is gonna be what is it? That's gonna be the character creation one. Put it in there, compile and save. Let's just, as well, guys, let's just give some better names in here. So we're gonna call this LV main. Yeah, that's fine. The play level is gonna be LV, which stands for source code config init may replace files. Can I just rename to character creation? Sure. Okay. Yeah. I always mistype that. I'm just gonna put that here, so we have the play level and the main level. So if I press play now, create character is loading up the wrong one. Let's double check why. That's probably because the references there, the level that we're trying to load, they are wrong. Yeah, well, it should be the right one. Okay. Oh, I see. Well, I see. It's because he has wiped. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're gonna go back to our levels. We are just gonna delete this one then. It's fine. We're gonna create another one called, you know, that we're just gonna rename to character creator, right? And we can delete that, that's fine. We do not care about the level. Creator level. Now I'm going to open up this level, which I already am. I'm just going to assign one quick thing that, which is you only need to assign the game mode. Now if you press play, you should still be able to, everything, you know, should still function as it was before, which is pretty good. I'm just gonna, where is the player, the start here, player start control. Let me see if I can just rotate this like 180, just so my character is facing the sun, so it's better for, you know, visualization. So there we go. So we can put like test 01, sorry, hit create. And now if you go back to our main levels, press play, we have that test 01, and that still works in here, which is good. But I just want to do one more thing here before we wrapped up the series, which is we're gonna open up our main menu here. And what is it? Widget, main menu here. On the character creation here. Yeah. So when I press this button called create, right? Where is the event? Here, right? So the first thing that I want to make sure is that we have a valid character name. So if the length, yeah, branch here, is greater than 0, then great, we can proceed. And then what we can do here is that we can open a level. Open level by object reference, plug it in there, and then we're gonna go back to levels and we're gonna select our main menu again, and then we can place that one here. Now, if we've done everything correctly, if you press play now, so you can go to create our character. I think that's still sending me. Why is that not working? Play menu here. I think I'm probably opening up the character creation. Yes. I was opening, for some reason I was opening the wrong value, but okay, if I press play, open up here, I can type like, I don't know, super dude, something. Change his style, change his hair, you know, and then it create, send here back, so you can press play, and then you can play with super dude, which is a crazy name here. One thing I forgot, I think that's so good, right? Yeah, I think, yeah, it's everything working correctly. One thing I just need to make sure here that it looks like a little bit buggy in a moment is that when you go to the player here, I'm just gonna create a new controller called BP player test level or something. I'm just gonna assign this controller to that, and what I'm gonna do here is I just want to make sure that I'm gonna show cursor. I'm gonna set that value to false, and I'm gonna set game mode only. I just want to make sure that is on game mode, make sure it's self, and then what we can do here is save everything. And now if we go back to our levels, character create creator level, so let's go to main menu, we press play, and we can play with our super character here. Yeah, guys, I think this was a a very fun tutorial. I know it's it was a short series, but I think we managed to cover a lot of stuff. You guys got exposed to a bunch of different you can, with this information only, you can buy assets and then start to integrate all those modular character creation things on your own. You can create your own save games and things. Of course that there is things that on our, for example, on our widget in here, when you press for example the character creation here, this code here would probably be best to be moved out of this and like to be moved inside or the the save component or in the controller or something. But yeah, and I think now you guys have the knowledge to create your own modular character. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this series, and let me know any questions, anything you'd like to see here. I'll be happy to help to help with any questions and everything, and any suggestions for any new things you guys want to see here. That will also be helpful. So thank you very much for watching, and I see you guys in the next series.